Howdy folks, Kerbo here, and today I've got a quick look at a early access game called Fantasy Blacksmith. I should point out I did get this key for free, but I'm going to give an honest look at it. It is very early, so as always with early access, bear that in mind. I was going to do a first look, but as I dove in, the game was just too confusing. It would have been a really long episode of me beating my head against the wall trying to figure out how things work. They've got a long ways to go with the help system and explaining game mechanics. But I've kind of figured out how it works now. I've made a few swords. But the idea is you're a blacksmith and you make swords and things. And you progress up through to make better and better swords and you sell them. And you can eventually add magic to them through alchemy. So we're going to hop into my game. So, early access disclaimer. But I like it. I like the game mechanics all seem pretty solid. It's just kind of figuring out how they work is a little bit of a pain. So this is our workshop. We have a little starter forge. Now the starter forge can only go up to 1,000 degrees. So we can't do iron. We can only do copper. And of course we have our anvil, we have our quenching barrel, water can to put out the fire to save coal between jobs. And this, I guess it would be an assembly table. This is where we put the handle on the sword. And then we have a grindstone. In here, we have like a little mine basically. We can go down and get ore. Once you buy a pickaxe, you can see I've got 3 copper ore there. But I don't have the smelter yet. Gotta earn some more money. So I'm up to 14 out of 15 skill points. I'm not sure what happens once I get to 15 out of 15. And I've got 99 coins. So I need a little bit of money before we can do much else. Let's go upstairs. So this is our shop. People will come to the door and they'll either want to buy a sword or they'll need help like sharpening a sword or other little odd jobs you can do. That's my good sword I finally kind of figured out. I've had issues with the heat quality. It's really easy to overheat. It is a bronze, they call it bronze. I guess it's a bronze ingot you get. I was thinking it was copper, but so I'm not sure what the ore is. We may have to mix some tin with it to make the bronze. I'm not 100% sure. You can see I melted it. The heat quality is bad. The forge quality, though, is excellent. And I did a good grind job on it. Very good. The handle, I'm still getting the hang of. The biggest issue I have with this game is the mini games to do stuff. And you'll see what I mean when we make a sword. Handle quality is bad, and it's cheap. But that is for sale for 163 coins. Do they give? Yeah, coins. I could sell this immediately for a 15% discount, but I'm going to wait for people to come. Now here I've got a little better. I still overheated the metal, but the heat quality is a little better. Forge quality excellent, grind quality excellent. Handle quality is up to 80%, but that's still considered not good. And it's a cheap sword, so 222 for that one. So I'm hoping some customers show up soon. If you don't want them to show up, you can put the do not disturb sign down. But they just kind of drop by randomly. So we've got 99 coins. Oh, there we go. Speaking of the devil. Let's see what we got. Hello, can you sharpen my sword? Yes, I can. So you can refuse. You can also get a dice table and you can gamble with the customers. I haven't tried that out yet. So we're going to sharpen this dude's sword. Now here's where one of the mini games comes in. So I need to hold down C. That's going to spin the wheel. Then I have to hold the grind button. The grinding accuracy will shoot up, and then you have to let go when it gets to 100%. I know it's weird. And I don't really care for the mini game aspect of it. It's a little fiddly and a little weird. But anyway, I'm going to hold down C. There we go. Actually got it to 100. And you'll see it goes at different speeds. It's not always the same. So it just takes a little practice. Oops, I let go of that one a little soon. A little soon on that one as well. But we got 98% accuracy on that. So he should be happy. Thank you, Master. Goodbye. So we got 48 coins for doing that. Now we should have enough to buy parts to make another sword. So actually, let me put the do not disturb while we're... Well, no, we'll do that once we're forging. Once you're forging, I like to put the do not disturb up so you don't run up there. I'm not sure if that affects your reputation if you don't answer the door. I haven't checked that. So here we get into one of the harder aspects of the game. It just doesn't make any sense. This is how you make a draft to order parts. Perfectly clear, right? It took me quite a while to figure this one out, and it's a little clunky. So to buy stuff, we want to click on map. And when you start, you only have the village where you can buy stuff. I've done a few swords, so I've unlocked the town. But we're going to go to village. And then you have these like categories. So we're going to click forge. That's the only one we have. And then you get this giant list of stuff. Now we're going to make a bronze sword because that's all our forge can do. So I'm going to click that. And then you get this. It's like an outline of a sword. So you got to kind of just figure stuff out. So I eventually determined that you want to make your sword once you pick your material. So you're going to click on each section. And here's where you can design. I'm going to make another like narrow sword. You just click on each part and you tell it what it's going to be. And then... do a fancy tip? Nah, let's just do it. Let's just do a normal sword. Then we're going to pick the pommel. And I'm going to make it just a little fancier with this one. And then I think there's a bug. Like if I click on handle, then I'm going to pick this handle. No, it worked that time. Okay. Sometimes when you click handle, it takes you to guard. And then we'll do a little bit fancier guard. We've unlocked some of this stuff. I'm still not 100% sure what this is. I think this picks, like this is the shape of the metal. Then I think this is the material. Yeah, so you can do, oh, we've unlocked that. I don't know if I've got enough money for all this. Let's try it with oak. So that's the pommel material, and then we want the handle material, I think is how that works. Like I said, it's not exactly intuitive until you kind of figure it out. And then we'll go just... yeah, let's go bronze for the... yeah, let's go iron for the guard. So now it's got the price, and we may not have enough money for this. We'll see. So I thought you just clicked add blade, but maybe I need to click add all. Uh-oh. We'll finish that order. Let's see what the person at the door wants. I hope they want to buy a sword. Can I sharpen your sword? Yes. You sure you don't want to buy a sword? Alright, we'll just do this real quick. Crap. And 96%. Not too bad. And we got a little more coin. Alright. Back down to the order. Alright, so we should have everything we need to do the sword. If we look at our cart, that should be everything we need. Delivery cost. None. Oh, I'm 1 coin short. So if I change the handle, forget what I did here. See, again, it's not real clear like what you picked. or how to change it. And even once you're in here, to go back, you have to hit map again and then click here and then click here. And then you're back to the stuff you can buy. But then you can't change your sword. I think you have to go to the cart and remove it. If you click it, it removes it. So now maybe if I go back to the village and the forge, and I pick a plain handle, then I can pick oak and then add. And if I go to cart, now we can afford it. Okay, see, it's just not, yeah, they need to do a lot of work on the UI. Once you figure it out, it kind of sort of works. But anyway, we got total price and we can buy it now. So we're going to buy. So that's going to go up. And then while you're waiting, if you click here, it tells you it's going to take 1 minute, 12 seconds to get here. So we're going to wait on that. Now I already have some coal in stock. Once we get our parts, we're going to get the forge going. We have a bellows there to maintain the temperature. This is a thermometer that you can check the metal temperature with. It is important to get it to the right temperature. It's got to be hot enough you can work it, but not too hot for the metal. So while we're waiting on that, let's take a look down here in the mine. This is a loud game. I bought this torch so I could take a torch down in there. Then I found out afterwards you can actually take the torches out of those holders. I didn't need to buy a torch. Then I can hit number 3 to get my pickaxe. I'm apparently left-handed with the pickaxe. And then it's right mouse button. So once we start making some cash, we can actually make our own ingots, I think, once I buy enough stuff. Oh, our stuff's here. So you just basically keep hammering away until eventually some ore falls out. Again, it is early access, so don't be too harsh on it. All right, let's head back up. No, it doesn't matter, but it bothers me having that laying there on the wood. We'll just close that up. All right, so our parts are here. It's everything we ordered. So we're going to throw that in there. We're going to grab a little crate of coal. We're going to throw that in there. It'll eventually realize that there's coal in there. There we go. Let's get that going. While that's heating up, we're going to grab the handle parts. We'll come over here and put those in the jig. Get set up. Go. And the handle. So pretty quirky, but I've been having some fun with this. Oh shoot, I forgot to put out the do not disturb. Don't overheat, Bronze. Don't overheat. I went to buy a cheap sword. Oh, yes, I do have that one. I do have that. Oh, with Damascus steel. No, I don't have that. I'm sorry. I do not have a dice table. Crap. All right, well, we lost a customer. We're going to put the do not disturb down so we can get this sword made. This is a real meat and potatoes of the game here, the sword. All right, how's our metal doing? Hopefully it's not too hot. Okay, it's just right. So Q to bring out the tongs. Throw that on there. Tongs away, and then we start hammering. So there's different sections here. And it's not, super realistic. You just hammer and it. You gotta hammer in the right place and it eventually turns into a sword. Looks like we've lost the heat on it. Alright. So, back in the forge with you. So, you just gotta heat it up. Hammer it into shape. It seems like that's getting too hot, but I'm not sure if that's measuring the fire or the metal. That looks about right. So you see here that changes the quality as you beat it into shape. So I like to get kind of even across. If you get the timing just right, it goes much faster. One more whack there. There we go. Gotta go. Well, we got some heat in her. Come on, move down here. I don't have much more time to work this. One more good whack. Yeah, alright. We will need some more heat. Grab the tongs. Back into the fire. It's a little fiddly, but it's kind of fun. I like it. So I'm going to get that up to just over 800 basically. But not too hot. That worked down. There we go. One more whack. And we just draw it down into a sword. And it's a little hokey right now. Hopefully it'll get a little more realistic, but so I think 870 is like the hottest you want to get, or ruin it. But sometimes that doesn't seem hot enough. Yeah, man. There we go. Oh, hammer down here. You gotta kind of get the right section. Alright, I think we've lost malleability there. Back in the fire with you. Of course, the better you get at this, the faster it's gonna go. You can kind of tell by color when it's about right. Controls are a little fiddly sometimes. Should be just about done. Draw out the tip, and then we're good to go. Alright, she is done. Now we take it to the quenching barrel. And we can actually put out the fire to save the coal. There we go. That's what the water can is for. And like that's a bug right there. It just, as soon as I switched to tongs, it grabbed it. It's really excess. Stuff happens. So now that we have the blade forged, we need to get it ground. Then we'll put the handle on. So just like we did for the customers, hold down C. Now it says press C, but you need to hold down C. And then we click and hold on the grind button and let go when it gets to 100%. Oh, a little too soon. Nope, not the best, but that's all we got. Then we bring this over. Now this minigame is the worst. I do not like this minigame at all. It seems like you have to click when it's about here so that it ends up on good. So, yeah, it's a pain. 1, 2, 3. Oh, 1, 2, 3. They haven't quite figured this one out yet. 1, 2, 3. There we go, a little better. So that's why my handles are also bad, this minigame. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not too bad. Got that one a little better. Now we twist the pommel on. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Eh, not bad. Total average. And there's our sword. And I've got my tongs out for some reason. Now we can take the sword, and hopefully someday somebody will come and want to buy some swords. I may have to sell these at a discount, because I've got 3 now. So each one's getting a little better. I did overheat the metal again. I don't know. It seems like the bronze, maybe you just have to work it a lot of times. You can't get it too hot. So he called his 0.85. It's 0.85 on that as well. So I still got it a little too hot. A lot of times after you flip that up, it'll come pretty quick. But let's go take a look at some of the store items. So I've only got 9. Oops, I've only got... Oh, press Y to level up. Okay, I haven't done that yet. Let's take a look at that. Oh, okay. So we can increase mining speed. We can increase forging speed. Increase grinding accuracy. Increase compiling accuracy. I think I've got a good handle on everything except assembly. So let's do that. Okay. Here we go. So I guess every 15 skill points you get to choose one of those. Excellent. So if we come over here and we go to map, we go to town. Here we have the interior category. Forge is pretty much the same, except you can get iron now. But forging temperature for iron is 1,000 to 1,300, melting at 1,500. So to raise that temperature, we have to upgrade our furnace. So we're going to have to get one of these to work with iron. I need one of these to melt the ore that I've got. And then, was there something else? There's a dice table you can get, alchemist table. Once you get into Damascus steel, you can get some shelves to put stuff on, which could be handy. I'm not sure what this is. Just decorative, perhaps? So I need to start saving up coin to at least get this. Then I can start working with iron, make a little better stuff. So that's it. That's Fantasy Blacksmith. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I do plan to play this some more. It's a good bit of fun. It is quirky. It is out on Steam, early access. I'll have a link in the description if you want to go check it out. Thanks for watching, and happy forging.